Did you lose your job during the corona pandemic and you're now stuck away from all your friends in a different country with your families going crazy? And did you also lose your passion for reading during 4 years of university where you read a lot of shitty books? Well, I have a video for you. I thought I'd do a little reading challenge / tag where I pick a few questions, challenges to try and do kind of like a jump start on reading. So I'm gonna try and pick 3 books and then I'm gonna try and read them in a week. So please join me if you want to. And yeah, these are the challenges. So the first one is read a childhood favourite. So for this one I've picked Holes by Sachar. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Which I got this book, I wasn't that young, but my parents went to London once and they asked if I wanted to get a book in English, and I picked this one because Daniel Radcliffe had said in an interview that it was his favourite kids book. So, but it is a great book, so in that sense it's one of the few valid decisions that I made because of Harry Potter. But yeah, I'm really excited to reread this. I haven't read it since I was about 13 probably, and it deals with kind of incarceration in the US, and especially of young people, young men of colour mainly, and it also has some kind of like fairy tale elements that were really cool, but I don't remember a lot of the details except that the ending is brilliant and everything about this book is great. So, and then the next challenge is read a book by an author that you really love. So for this one I've picked Why Be Happy When You Can Be Normal, which is a title that breaks my heart a little bit every time I think about it, but I think it also is kind of relatable, and hopefully it will be a funny and very sad book, but I think one that I should be able to, read relatively easily and quickly, hopefully. I really like Jeanette Winterson, and I'm really curious to see how her writing will be when it's not a fiction book, because I've read Orange is Not the Only Fruit, obviously, and Written on the Body by Jeanette Winterson, so I'm very curious to see how her style translates to a memoir. But yeah, so the last challenge is read a short book in one of your favourite genres. So for this one I've chosen Good Immigrant by a bunch of people, but it is edited by Nikesh, Shukla, and it has a quote by J.K. Rowling on the front, which I only just realised. That's not great. But it has a lot of cool authors in it. I think it's going to be a relatively quick read. It's quite short. It's about under 250 pages, and it's an essay collection. Let's see if there are any familiar names. Riz Ahmed is in here. That's cool. Ranietta Lodge, who wrote Why I'm No Longer Talking to White People About Race, which I actually just finished. Apparently those are the only people I know, so hopefully I'm gonna discover a lot of cool new authors by reading this. But yeah, so those are my 3 books that hopefully I'll be able to read in a week. Not quite sure when I want to start, hopefully soon, but I am currently reading This Changes Everything, Capitalism versus the Climate by Naomi Klein, and I'm finding it boring and not very good. I still want to keep going, but it's just that it's called Capitalism versus the Climate, but she's not really an anti-capitalist. She's just like, oh, deregulated capitalism is bad, and then she wants to make sure to, talk shit about communism, so I'm not that enthusiastic about bad book, but I will try and keep going, maybe skip ahead a bit, see what happens. But yeah, I wanted to make a challenge, but I didn't want to make a readathon, which is why these are just kind of loose categories and you can do it in your own time. But I mean, mainly I made these categories with a few of these books in mind, but hopefully they are kind of broad and nice enough for you to pick some books of your own that will be kind of easy reads, not necessarily thematically, but books that might help you get out of a reading slump or get a bit back into reading. If you also are in a bit of a bad place and would like some books as a distraction, but you're also kind of struggling to read, please do this challenge with me and make me YouTube famous. Bye!